Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships. My name's Dylan Kimlin. That's Adam Hall. We're about to get underway with our next set of open men's singles games here at KDV Sports, and we are set for an absolute thriller.
Big time, Dylan. Welcome all viewers to this afternoon clash, this semi-final clash of the open men's division. Warming up on court right now, we have our players. And boy, oh boy, do we have a game for you folks. Furthest to camera, Tom Evans, warming up now, one of our NPL players, and he'll be going up against Joey Wild. Joey Wild, of course, closest to camera, one of our MLP players, currently performing for the Sydney Smash. Both of these players, absolute guns when it comes to singles, but we had some hell of a story to talk about at the start of the year, Dylan, with Tom Evans making waves over the United States.
Yep. Yeah, no, absolutely dominated. And let me tell you, as an Australian fan of pickleball, I was super proud to see Tom Evans. Got into a round of 16, I believe.
Yep.
Had an absolute thriller over there, and the American audiences were blown away by how well he played singles. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't had the chance to see the captain of the Jalapenos go at it, easily one of the best, and is currently the #1 ranked men's singles player in the open division for a reason.
Well, he was genuinely the talk of that tournament over in the US. They just could not believe that we had such a star in the making down under. And since then, he's gone on to have great success in the NPL with the Jalapenos, who he's representing as captain again for their current season. And we see here him looking to pick up, I believe it will be his first singles title, but in his way is Joey Wild in this clash, his semi-final clash at the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships. One thing I've noticed about Tom Dillon and that he brings to his game is a huge serve,
Yeah, it's exactly right. He has an outrageous wingspan, and as a result, he probably has one of the most aggressive serves in the Australian pickleball scene. Believe me when I say it comes off very, very fast. Typically when we see events at the Jar where he does play for the National Pickleball League, you often see people get jammed up a lot, and we'll see what happens here today. For his opposition, though, Joey Wild, he has had an absolutely incredible tournament thus far.
Well, he certainly has. He made it through just on show court before, and that's quarter-final clash. A long game one there against Caden Hansel, but here we are in game one of this semi-final. Players on court, ready to get underway. Just receiving maybe some final extra instructions from our referee there. Big thank you to all our referees doing a fabulous job across these 40 pickleball courts. 1,300 players at this one, folks.
This here is a 1v4 in the seedings. Wild ranked 4th in Australia. As ball in hand, set for a thriller 0-0.
An aggressive play style straight away from Tom Evans. Return of serve and then straight to that kitchen line. First forehand just going wide there.
I was just speaking to Deborah Rossi, the captain of the NPL team, the Parrots. We're watching Tom play earlier today in singles, and Deb was remarking just how, not only how tall Tom is, but he is incredibly agile, very fast on the court. So it's going to be interesting to see these two go head to head.
Well, in pickleball, you don't often see sliding on court, but we do see that with one of our other NPL stars in Adam Dagmar. But we do from time to time see a lot of sliding from Tom Evans. He covers the court at exceptional speed.
Well, to me, he's quite literally pumping the brakes because he's just running so fast. That is perfect. Joey Wild down the left.
And we are going live into our fabulous event village, Dylan. So many store holders over the last 6 days. If you are in the event village enjoying this one on the big screen, hello to you. If you want to get a little bit close to the action, plenty more seats available at our spectator seating around show court here. We've also got the fabulous VIP booth. Been pinching some cold drinks out of there, Dylan.
Yeah, I've been eyeing off the sausage rolls and whatnot as well myself, but conditions on our court currently still a little bit warm, sun setting, however. There's that slide. The wind blowing to the right side. We can see our flag there at the back right of screen, giving you a fair indication of what the players are currently dealing with.
That one goes wide there off the wild paddle. And we spoke in the last game, Dylan, about match management. You'll see a very similar style from Tom Evans here. Just taking his time to regain composure between points, between rallies. Oh, what a backhand finish there from Tom Evans. Got Joey Wild at full stretch and beat the paddle.
There it is. Just the court coverage of this young man. He's able to get everything back with ease, and that there is not an easy shot, ladies and gentlemen. Pushing it down the right side, the 6-0 ambassador, approved athlete, once again with a highlight.
An easy point there for Evans.
And they're the ones that sting in singles. Can't get them back. 2 unforced error off the paddle of Joey Wild, and we see a timeout as a result. We did see Joey Wild clutching his hip earlier on today in the last game that we called. We hope he's okay, but the conditions are so warm at the moment, so I imagine fatigue is definitely a thing that the players have to be concerned about. Tom Evans hasn't played as many events throughout this tournament as Joey Wild, and we do wonder whether that's another factor we need to consider. Our official Mark Delaney calling this one. A superstar he is. He had a brief hiatus from the tournament space. Now he's back into it once more. Here having a chat to one of our PAA ambassadors, Ray Ware.
Well, I did have a good chat with Joe Wild after that quarterfinal clash, just to ask him how his hips were feeling. We noticed on the right of screen that he did take a lot of time to stretch, and he just mentioned he's just got general soreness, to be honest, Dylan, so no injury concern, so to speak. But obviously he's played over 20 matches now, been representing himself in multiple categories, multiple divisions. He's got a lot to show for it. A few gold medals. He's looking to medal in this one too, the Open Men's Singles Division.
Oh, exquisite. Once again, Tom Evans. They are shots that are down at his feet, ladies and gentlemen. He's able to flick them up and pluck them away.
And there's that pace on that serve, just forcing the error there from Wild. It is distinctly more speed off this Evans serve than anywhere else around these courts, Dylan.
Well, and I mean, how often do we see people that want to practice a power serve, but they typically do an illegal power serve? This here is a quintessential example of how to do it properly and generate high rates on it. Now, we just heard from our Yola net just how fast it comes off the battle.
Well, a side out now for Evans, and it's danger time for Wild. 8-2 in this game one of this Open Men's semi-final clash. That one goes wide.
And that's the third service that has resulted in either a 1 point for Tom Evans. I'd love to get a speedometer on just how fast it is. Oh, how well is that disguised? Just plucking it to the left side.
Yeah, phenomenal display here from Tom Evans, and he goes to 10-2 here with a game point in game one of this semi-final match, and just whips that forehand to absolute perfection, taking out game one here, 11-2. Well, that was a pretty decisive victory, I got to say, Dylan.
You know, it's crazy, right? Because we do look at Opens players, and some of them are referred to as Opens or singles specialists. Tom Evans is not a singles specialist. He's deadly in the doubles game as well. But he is currently ranked #1 in singles. And that just goes to show you, Joey Wild, one of the best in the country, currently ranked number 4, and that was an 11-2 victory.
Yeah, well, I mean, Evans is renowned as a singles specialist, a true singles specialist. And in the NPL format, Dylan, we should say there's a lot more play for the singles side of our game in comparison to what Joey Wild performs in, which is the PPA MLP Tour. Now, the PPA does have singles divisions, and the MLP format will include a single style of play if we get to one of those magical dream breakers. But it should be said that Tom Evans certainly plays a lot more singles than Joe Wild, and with a dominant performance like that, you can see how that training and those extra matches really have improved his game.
Well, extra matches is definitely the theme for this particular match as well. As we mentioned, Joey Wild just simply more hours on the court throughout this APC thus far. I think for Tom Evans, he's obviously played admirably well, but Joey Wild, tired legs.
Yeah, he's just making his way back out onto court now, just taking every extra moment that he's afforded. The referee just looking at his stopwatch there. Going to usher the players back out onto the baselines to play. Tom Evans has been standing there for some time. He's got ball in hand now, ready for service. And we're back for game 2. And a long serve to get us started there, Dylan.
And I do wonder how Joey is going to change his game up here once more after that game 1 deficit. We saw how well he played earlier today. Unfortunately, that serve is just running riot here at KDV Sports. 1-0. Absolute velocity coming off of that Evans paddle.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this camera angle behind the back here of Tom Evans. You're going to see just how he hits these forehands and how much he rolls his shoulder. He's able to create such torque on his serve, and his forehand has that same attribute.
You know, I often refer to Martin Simpkins, one of our legends of the Australian scene, as Scud. I call him Scud Simpkins because his serve is so fast. We might have our own Scud here in the open scene. Tom Evans. That drive angle is just ridiculous. So low, so deadly. Forcing the side out once more.
Well, it's just power hitting right now, Dylan, with absolute ferocity.
Angle goes wide. And that's better from Joey Wild.
Well, importantly for Wild now, he gets service back. Gets to stem this flow off the Evans paddle.
That's called wide. We have a challenge on the side of Evans. There we go. Official Delaney has confirmed it is in. These fellas are both model professions. They understand. Quickly move into the next one.
Oh,
And
that's a lovely backhand drive at the sideline on the left-hand side of court to camera. Absolutely nothing Wild could do about that one. He came to the kitchen line. He had the middle of the court covered, but he needed to go wide.
Just an absolute laser, Evans is, when he strikes those balls. Very flat, very low over that net. Hard to return. Net roll working in Joey Wild's favour. Gets his first points on the board, 1-4. And we saw a similar play style with Caden Hansel regarding when he does get to the kitchen line, he has a ridiculous arm reach. He can just get everything back. Tom Evans does enjoy sitting in the middle of the court. He plays mixed doubles the same sort of way. That reach that I'm talking about, look at that. Goes wide, but still got a clean purchase.
You see time and time again, Evans never lets a ball go. He's always looking to make his opponent play one extra shot, believing that if he can, he'll be able to chase that next ball down, and more often than not, he can.
That's a great drive, Joey Wild. And we've just seen 2 points, well, the last 2 points he's earned have been down that left side, considering how lethal the double-handed backhand from Tom Evans is. Just goes to show you how precise Joey Wild can be.
What a play there by Evans, just continuing to just relentlessly go down that sideline. Joe Wild thought he was going to go for the open side of the court.
Oh, there we go. He read it like a book.
That's a nice confidence-boosting finish there from Wild. Quite often you see Tom Evans with his aggressive style, finishing points after 1, 2, 3 shots. On that occasion, Wild, short, sharp finish in that rally.
And that angle was pretty crazy. You see Joey having some slip issues. Oh, that's just floated long. Unfortunate for Joey Wild. Aiming for that deep corner. We have a timeout here on the side of Joey Wild, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have a timeout ourselves and bounce to a quick commercial break. Live here from the Game 2 of the Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships. We'll be back live straight after this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the semi-final clash of this all-important Game 2 of the Open Men's Division. Tom Evans, top of screen here on serve. Furthest from screen, you've got Joey Wild, who's currently a bit of a deficit to chase down in this Game 2 semi-final clash, Dylan.
Yeah, well, considering... Oh, that's a body. Joey reads it well, though. Shoulder check. Put away. Considering that Evans did win the Game 1. And he's just given us heart palpitations, jumping over fence. We got CEO of the MPL, Ron Sheld, watching by. If I saw my prize product jumping around like that, I'd be a little bit concerned. Boundless energy. Oh,
that is an outrageous changing of angle, changing of momentum, double backhand winner from Tom Evans.
How do you defend that? Need some go-go gadget, Inspector Gadget arms to reach that and hope for an ATP. Come to think of it, didn't... No, Annalie Waters did go viral, but it was a... Rather than going for an ATP shot, she played something similar to that. And we're just talking off air, ladies and gentlemen. Evans is automatic. He gets the ball, immediately goes to the service position. It's almost intimidating to play against. Intimidating indeed. That one goes long though. Bit too much oomph.
That one does go long at a crucial time in this Game 2 of this semi-final match. Very important here that Wild has got on serve because he needs to chase down a large number of points in this one.
Oh, how good is this? Oh, cat and mouse play style. That is high-level singles pickleball.
Well, dare I say it, that was the longest dink rally of this entire match, Dylan. And Wild let off a great cheer about that one. He may have got a little lucky. I thought that ball was very high. Evans went for it, put it into the net.
And we have a challenge here from Evans, confirmed by official Delaney. It is out. This is a good little passage here for Joey Wild. Oh, there we go. Joey Wild ripping it down the right side. Momentum changing here, Adam.
Indeed it is, Dylan, and the crowd is just showing their appreciation. We've got a lovely crowd filled up our grandstand seating, being treated now. High performance pickleball right here at the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships.
Yeah, repeat entries down the left side. This packed crowd enjoying it. Enjoying this consistent strategy from these players. And how privileged are we to be able to see this here at KDV? Evans swings for the skies. There we go. He's almost fidgety. He reminds me of like a Steve Smith kind of character, Adam. One of the big wigs behind the Sydney Smash, if that serves me right. I'll be cheering on Joey Wild as we speak.
Nice aggressive forehand at the baseline there by Evans.
9-5.
Ray Ware nearly had a Tom Evans in his lap just then. That sliding effort.
We're just going to take a short referee timeout here. We might take an opportunity for ourselves to have a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have the rest of this Game 2 match of this semi-final Open Men's Clash live from the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships.
You push yourself to perform. So do we. For over 25 years, investors have trusted Trilogy Funds to maximise income while preserving capital. So for income performance, invest with Trilogy Funds.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships. We are witnessing Joey Wild trying to go down the right side. In this Game 2, Tom Evans did take Game 1. However, Evans was defending a couple of points there because Wild suddenly had the momentum. Fair to say it was a good timeout.
9-5.
That one just going long there off the Evans paddle. Just seeing some longer and longer rallies now, Dylan. Earlier in this match, we saw Tom Evans quickly finishing a lot of points, aggressively getting into that kitchen. You can see it there off the return of every serve. Wanting to dictate play immediately. Doesn't want to play out long rallies. Wants to use his foot speed.
Oh, my goodness. Without a doubt, he is the number one for a reason.
Well, I said earlier, the torque that he gets out of that forehand, he just twists his hips with such ferocity, generates so much power. Can often be hard to read whether he's in fact going to go from left to right.
10-5.
And that there is the match secured. Evans will move through to the gold medal. Joey Wild, what an admirable effort he has had this tournament. High number of games played, but his campaign is over. Well, the gold campaign at least anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump into another commercial break, and once we return, we will have Adam Hall live ready to go with an interview with our winning team.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships. We've just witnessed the semi-final in the Open Men's Division between Joey Wild and Tom Evans. I'm standing with our winner, Tom Evans, who did it in 2 games, 11-2, 11-5. Tom, very impressive performance. You're moving on to the gold medal match. We all watched earlier this year when you made it through the round of 16 over in the US. Just tell me what it means, though, to come back to Australia and be heading on to the gold medal match at the Australian Pickleball Championships.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great run in the US a few months ago. It's great to be back here, and it's tough when you kind of feel a little bit expected to win certain matches, and it's obviously people play up to you. But yeah, I'm feeling great. You know, Joey's a very tough opponent. Early in the year, he almost beat me in three tight sets. Yeah, it's never an easy match against Joey, so I'm glad to be through.
Well, mate, you are moving on to the gold medal match, and we're so looking forward to it. Shall I say, we all somewhat expected it, but no pressure, my friend. We're hoping you just perform to the standard that you want to perform, and we're sure we're going to be watching you for many more years to come. So thank you so much for that semi-final performance. For all our viewers at home, don't go very far, because not too long from now, we're going to have that gold medal match. Tom Evans back on show court from the 2024 Trilogy Funds Australian Pickleball Championships.